All right, race fans, get tied on. Let's recap a big Delaware Derby, Delaware Oaks Day we had today here at Delaware Park. It was a big 12-race card. We had a record handle on the day, over $8.6 million in handle today. Last year on Delaware Derby Oaks Day, we did a little over 6.3, so over 8.6 million today. A record handle for Delaware Park. Thanks to all our fans and bettors and our horsemen for putting on a great show, and of course the star of the afternoon, all the horses for putting on a great show. We had a safe day. The weather was a little cooler than it was on Thursday and Friday, so that was good. So thanks to all our horses for putting on a great show. Let's get right to the racing action here. Race 1 kicks off the popular early pick 5. We had a carryover of almost 20,000 going into the early pick 5 today. They bet over 210,000 in the early pick 5. Big handle here in the opener to get things going, over $500,000. We're going a flat mile, 8,000 starter allowance for filly and mares 3 and up. Let's go to Josh Brown, our announcer, with the call of race 1 for Saturday.
Away and running. Sister Supreme was the first one to ping. Why Not Grace is showing toe, and Castagna's right there too. Antonacci Girl gives up that position to Golden EIB Microphone. Odd Day is second last. In Luminous Secrets at the back of the bus. Around the first turn they go. Castagna holds the pole position and shows the way by 1. Golden AIB Microphone tracks in second, and Why Not Grace rides that rail in the third. Antonacci Girl keeps her honest to the outside in fourth, and a 3-wide Sister Supreme fans out Luminous Secret, who's covering a lot of ground, and Ade continues to trail at the back of the pack. So no excuses for Castagna, shows the way by almost 1. Golden EIB Microphone starts to throttle that speed to get a wee bit closer in second. Luminous Secret now picks off a couple on a 3-race win streak and sits in that third place position with half mile to go. So Castagna continues to control the clock. Golden EIB Microphone breathing down that rival's neck in second. Luminous Secrets had a very wide trip but starts to advance. Sister Supreme starts to pick them off one by one on the far outside, and Golden EIB Microphone takes the lead inside the 3 furlong peg. A 3-way battle for second. Castagna puts the cue in the rack. Luminous Secret looms, and Sister Supreme is continuing those long, sweet strides. Homeward bound now, Golden EIB Microphone clinging on to a 3-length lead. Sister Supreme right down the center of the track, and Day is showing up late. The final furlong belongs to Golden EIB Microphone with a 3-length lead. Sister Supreme rallies, and so does Ade, but Golden EIB Microphone 1-5 and lived up to the hype. Golden EIB Microphone has won it over Sister Supreme, Ade, and Luminous Secret.
What a nice, honest 7-year-old mare Golden EIB Microphone is. She picks up her 16th lifetime win. She's now made over $300,000 in career earnings. She wins for Super C Racing and Jagger Inc. And our leading trainer, Jamie Ness, Yetz at Hazelwood, the apprentice, gets the win here on this mare. Golden EIB Microphone went off 1-5 and paid $260 to win race 1. Let's take a look here at the second race. We kick off the early pick 4 here in race 2. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 10,000 filly and mares 3 and up. Let's see what happens here in race 2.
Away and running. Maybe Lucky and Wild, good true to form. Rita Book is also showing good early toe, and Knit Witness is right there too, and the pace is hot. And behind the top 3 ladies, True Sunshine comes away in that 4th place position, and Band Sweetheart scampers up the inside. Second to last, Infatuation, and the early trailers, Birdie Cause. That's the 7 of them, and Rita Book shows the way and leads by a long length and a half in the open 440 yards. Chasing up the inside is Knit Witness, and on the outside of that one is Maybe Lucky and Wild, and the green sleeves of True Sunshine is picked off Band Sweetheart. Here's the 3/8 pole, and Rita Book continues to lead. And here comes the long strides of Knit Witness on the far outside. True Sunshine is trying to pick off Maybe Lucky and Wild in front of Band Sweetheart as they turn for home. And here's a long, steady grind from Knit Witness at the top of the stretch. Knit Witness cuts and runs for the cash and leads by 1. Rita Book has no response. Another zip code away is True Sunshine, and rallying late is Birdie Cause, but inside the final furlong, Knit Witness is still giving plenty. Rita Burke is chasing hard, but chasing hard in vain. Knit Witness is going to do it. The second choice has won it. Knit Witness by a length. Rita Book was second, Birdie's Cause was third, and True Sunshine was fourth.
Knit Witness with 2 wins in a row here at Delaware Park. She's won 3 of her last 4. The 4-year-old daughter of Run Happy, now a 4-time winner. She wins for trainer Ernesto Padilla, Preciado, and jockey Abner Ordurno. $6.20 the win price here on Knit Witness in race 2. Race 3 would kick off a pick 5. We're going a flat mile on the main track. 12,000 starter allowance for 3 and up here in race 3. Let's check out the action from the 3rd.
Away and running. Good speed for Escape Key. Next door to that one is Capcom, and those two past the 7.5 furlong pole. Mad Banker's wide and out of trouble, and McCracken's Ghost is right there too. So up and around the first turn they go. Escape Key has the advantage, but the favorite looms. Mad Banker on the outside in second, and the gray is McCracken's Ghost, who shares third with 10 gauge. There's a gap of 3 back to Mr. Ripples, who's off the inside. Capcom protects rail position, and Embrace My Uncle has to come with a Hail Mary. They go down to the 5.5, and Escape Key continues to show them the way. There's no pace on, but leads over the heavy favorite Mad Banker, who's in hand under the jockey's hands, and those two team up past the 4.5 furlong point. 10 gauge continues to stay parked at the paint. McCracken's Ghost is 2 paths off the rail, and Mr. Ripple continues to close in, but is very wide at the 4. Capcom comes under a ride trying to respond, and Embrace My Uncle still last of all as they turn again. Escape Key's been this long time leader. Mad Banker trying to pounce when it counts. Mr. Ripple continues to pick them off one by one, and moving into 4th is McCracken's Ghost, and Embrace My Uncle's winding up from downtown. Here's the quarter pole. Mr. Ripple in the yellow cap confronts Mad Banker. At the rail is Escape Key, and continuing to close in is McCracken's Ghost and Embrace My Uncle. Heads turn for home. The favorite goes very wide. Mr. Ripple tries to strike the front. Now Mad Banker's in for the fight. McCracken's Ghost burst up the inside. There's a furlong to go. Mad Banker's an unwavering foe today. It's all Mad Banker. The concluding stages over Mr. Ripple and Embrace My Uncle. Mad Banker has won it. Mr. Ripple second, Embrace My Uncle third, McCracken's Ghost was 4th.
Well, a little drama in the stretch here of race 3. The 7 Mad Banker crossed the finish line first, but he was DQ'd for interference with the 2 Mr. Ripple. So the stewards put up the 2 Mr. Ripple for the win. He went off 6-5. The 6-year-old son had dialed in, now a 6-time winner. He's now made over $200,000 in career earnings. He wins for trainer Tim Kreiser and jockey Martin Chuan. Mr. Ripple paid $4.40 to win race 3. Race 3 was named the Michael J. Gavin Memorial Race. There they are in the winner's circle. A nice, big, good-looking crowd there for the Michael J. Gavin Memorial. Thanks for coming out here and spending a special day with us at Delaware Park. Let's take a look here at race 4. Race 4 would kick off a pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, nice 8,000 starter allowance for 3-year-olds and upward. The 1 Curtis K would go off 3-5. He's looking for a 6th win in a row. Let's see if he can do it here in race 4.
Away and running. Nice level start. Good speed on the outside from Easy Action. Ikigai is also showing good early toe, and Reverend Moon is right there in a feisty mood too. Plausible Denial came away in 5th. Just Relax surges past that runner to take over 4th, and Curtis K scampers up the fence. Trouble Pass is on hold on the far outside, and nothing yet from the 4th choice in the wagering market, which is Runaway Jack. They flash past the 4 furlong stick, and Ikigai has a fight on his hands, and Easy Action takes the battle to him. And are they sitting ducks for Reverend Moon despite that 49-1 price tag? Inside 3 furlongs to go. There goes Easy Action, who can wait no more. Ikigai battles on. Reverend Moon loops up on the far outside. Just Relax is closing in, and the gray is Plausible Denial. Chasing that one at the back of the pack is Triple Pass, and Curtis is winding up now. They turn for home. Plausible Denial. Push comes to shove. Just Relax comes calling for the lead, and Just Relax kicks for home. Curtis K is erupting down the center of the track. Plausible Denial has the split, 100 yards to go. Just Relax is holding. Curtis K is surging past. Curtis K got it to be Just Relax, Plausible Denial, and Triple Pass.
What a nice 4-year-old. This guy is Curtis K. He's a win machine. He gets his 6th win in a row. He's now a 9-time winner from 17 starts. Nice 4-year-old by Great Notion, bred in Maryland by the Bowman and Higgins stable. Curtis K. would give jockey Edson Hazelwood and trainer Jamie Ness their 2nd win of the day. The gutsy gelding paid $3.40 to get his 6th win in a row. Let's take a look here at race 5. Race 5 would kick off a pick 5. It would also start the 50-cent all-turf pick 4, which is races 5, 7, 9, 12 on Saturday. Race 5 is a real nice first level allowance for 3-year-olds, going 1 mile and a 16th on a firm turf course, rail setting today at 0 feet. Let's see what happens here in race 5.
Away and running. Blazing speed from Empire of Glory and Vino Solo. And now the outside markers are closing in, and Just JoJo comes inheriting the lead. And Blue Suede Shoes is right there too, so they move in front of us for the first time. Just JoJo's the leader. Blue Suede Hooves is on the pace in 2nd. And Empire of Glory charts the course to join 3rd. Parks gets over to save a lot of ground. And Ball of Fire's right there in that early cluster of 5. Up the fence, Mikonipi. Then you have Celtic Flame, who goes a little deep. Up the inside is Sioux Empire. That one has company near the back of the pack with Fino Solo. So they go up and around the first turn. And Just JoJo's the leader and leads by 1 length over Blue Suede Hooves, who tracks in 2nd. Empire of Glory rides the PVC to 3rd, and Parks is parked 1 path off the rail in 4th. Ball of Fire's in that 5th place position with Celtic Flame wide and out of trouble. Mikonapi is now towards the inside, and still the last 3 markers continue to be Sioux Empire, Alacan, and the trailer Fino Solo as they get ready to turn left for the 2nd time. Just JoJo. Jockey takes a look back at the 3 and shows the way by a long neck and gives a bit more rein. Blue Suede Hooves is on the chase in 2nd. Empire Glory is right there looming a danger. So is Parks on the far outside. And Celtic Flame is only in 7th as they turn for home. Just JoJo's been this long time leader. Just JoJo cuts and runs and leads by 4. Empire Glory is trying hard. Mikonopi is now battling off that fence. They come down to the concluding stages. It's Just JoJo at 10-1, holding them at bay. Mikonopi is trying to close in, but running out of ground and running out of time. Just JoJo got it. Mikonopi 2nd, Empire of Glory 3rd, Alacan was 4th.
Just JoJo broke his maiden here at Delaware back in early June. He makes his turf debut today, a winning one. So now back-to-back wins here for this 3-year-old colt by Constitution for trainer Mac Robertson. Nice ride there by Julio. Hard riding Hernandez on Just JoJo, who went off 10-1 and paid $23.80 to win race 5. If you hit that early pick 5 that started race 1 with that nice carryover, early pick 5 paid $282.65. Just JoJo paid $23.80 to win race 5. So congratulations to all the winning connections there of Just JoJo in race 5. Race 5 was named the Tamami Trophy race. There they are, nice group in the winner's circle celebrating the Tamami Trophy race here at Delaware Park. Great to see them out here on a big day. Let's take a look here at race 6. Race 6 would kick off the stakes action. It's the $100,000 Alapocus for 3 and up, going 6 furlongs on the main track, and we'd kick off a 50-cent all stakes pick 5 here in race 6. Let's check out the action here from the Alapocus.
Away and running. Good speed with the blue cap for Just Beat the Odds. Right next door is Haley's First Notion, and punching on through is Multitask. Durante adds fuel to the fire, and Full Mood Madness is right there too. Quince Brew has a crackling pace to chase, and St. Judas last of all, so a good tussle for supremacy between Haley's First Notion and Just Beat the Odds. They've kicked away by 1, but Durante gallops well in that 3rd place position, and Multitask stays parked towards the rail. Full Moon Madness makes a decisive middle move in between rivals. Quince Brew is under some punt-up power with nowhere to go, and St. Judas last of all, so Haley's First Notion, the first one to reach the quarter pole. Just Beat the Odds with the money on, gets scrubbed upon to ask for a bit more. Full Moon Madness lurks behind the both of them. Multitask rides that rail, and they turn for home. Haley's First Notion with an onslaught of challengers. Just Beat the Odds is battling on. Full Moon Madness is right there too. two. Here comes the split from Quince Brew, and Quince Brew is flying now. Haley's First Notion, huffing and puffing. Quince Brew stopped the trip. Quince Brew has won the Alapocas run to beat Haley's First Notion and just beat the odds.
Oh, what a game win by this 5-year-old here, Quince Brew. He's a win machine. He was far back early on, had a little traffic turning for home, but great ride by Forest Boys to just be patient and wait for some room. She found room late stretch, and this 5-year-old son of Moser exploded for trainer Ned Allard, the New England Hall of Famer. Quince Brew, now an 8-time winner from 14 starts. He's now made well over $600,000 in career earnings. Congratulations to all the winning connections here of Quince Brew, a multiple stakes winner. This was his first start here at Delaware Park, and he goes right to the winner's circle. He went off 5-1 and paid a generous $12.60 to win the Alapocas. Congratulations to all the winning connections of Quince Brew. Let's take a look here at race 7, which would kick off another 50 cent. By the way, in race 6, the Alapocas, they bet almost 800,000. Let's take a look here at race 7, the Robert G. Dick Memorial, a grade 3 for filly and mares 3 and up, going a mile and 3/8 on a firm turf course with the rail at 0 feet. They bet almost 900,000 here in the Dick Memorial to kick off this, 900,000 total handle, a big number in the All-Stakes Pick 5 as well. Let's check out the action here from race 7.
Away and running. The first one to break the line is Storm Miami. Also in close connection is Balatza. And 3 wide is Sainia Pampa. And up the inside is Dona Clota. In between rivals, Alluring Angel taps on the brakes to be in 4th. And last of all is Tricky Kitty. Into the far turn for the first time round. And it's Storm Miami. Going to set the pace, and it's a keen one, too, for the distance. And shows the way 3/4 of length. Sainia Pampa is right there, shadowing the early speed in second. And right behind the both of them is Balatza with the money on, travels sweetly in that 3rd place position. One path off the rail is Alluring Angel, continuing to protect the rail is Dona Clota, and Tricky Kitty plots her attack at the back of the pack. So they hit the gap for the first time round, and Storm Miami trying to slow pace the field, and the Robert G. Dick Memorial leads by a long length and a tail. Sainia Pampa, the Argentinian bred, is right there shadowing that speed, and Balatza has no excuses at the 6.5. Dona Clota continues to protect rail position. Alluring Angel continues to be one path off the rail, and Tricky Kitty is last of all. So the pace stays the same, 6 furlongs out. And Storm Miami continues to make plays, shows the way by 1. Sainia Pampa has been her pesky shadow since the starter pressed the button, and Balatza is just waiting for its cue under Jamie Rodriguez's hands. Alluring Angel now pops off the inside. Dona Clota's 3 wide for the back of the track run and ducks to the fence, and Tricky Kitty is last of all. So they go back to where they began. Storm Miami's been this long-time leader. Sainia Pampa has been her shadow. Right behind the 2 ladies up top is Balatza, tries to let it out a notch, but still in a claustrophobic spot. Alluring Angel pops off the fence, trying to take an attack at Dona Clota, and Tricky Kitty now chases the other 5. They turn again, and Storm Miami trying to see this through for another 1/4 mile. Sainia Pampa's been the thorn in her side. Alluring Angel starts to go. Balatza's crying out for room. They turn for home. Storm Miami pushes come to shove. Balatza with the red cap trying to squeeze on through, and here comes Dona Clota with a mid-track burst. Alluring Angel is right there too. A mouth-watering finish. Dona Clota surges to the front. Alluring Angel battles on, so does Storm Miami. Dona Clota has won the Robert G. Dick Memorial to beat Alluring Angel, Storm Miami, and Balatza.
Dona Clota, the Chilean-bred 5-year-old mare, gets the money in the Robert G. Dick Memorial. Nice ride there. Irad Ortiz Jr. for Safi Joseph Jr. This mare is now a 5-time winner. She's made over $200,000 in career earnings. She went off 8-5 and paid $5.20 to win the Dick Memorial. If you played that pick 5 that started race 3, ended race 7, that paid $963.85. Let's take a look here at race 8. Race 8 would kick off the late pick 5. It's the $150,000 Obeya Stakes for filly and mares 3 and up, going a mile and a 16th on the main track. This race would attract the biggest handle throughout the whole day. They bet over $1.1 million into the Obeya. Let's check out the action here from race 8.
In the gate. Away and running. Good real speed from Amalfi Drive. Right next door to that one's Atlantis Queen and Chasin under a very tight hole too. Late Night Call puts the pedal to the metal and the pace is quick. Kinsey Queen chases that top four, already a distant fifth. Tracking Too Many Kisses and Beautiful Bloom. Up and around the first turn they go. Amalfi Drive taking no prisoners today, but Late Night Call is sent hard and these two tear away from the opposition. So Amalfi Drive trying to relax the pace shows the way by a long neck. Late Night Call right there tracking the speed in second. There's no excuses for chasing. Off the fence in a clear-cut third, and Atlantis Queen's a ground-saving fourth. Another county away in fifth position is Kinsey Queen in front of Beautiful Bloom, and Too Many Kisses has to close from the Maryland state line. They have 4.5 furlongs to go. Amalfi Drive trying to relax the pace, but still calls the shots. The lead's 1 length. Late Night Call right there trying to have another gallon of gas in the tank in the Obeah Stakes, and Chasin continues to eyeball the speed, and here comes the long strides of Chasin in hand and now grabs second, and Atlantis Queen is a distant fourth. Here's the final 5/16 of a mile. Amalfi Drive has her back up against the ropes. Chasin is right there taking giant strides at her. These two are torn away from the rest. Homeward bound now, and Chasin comes inheriting the lead. Amalfi Drive is running a cheeky race today, but Chasin playing coy with the opposition. Asked for a bit more, and the response was devastating. Chasin has kicked away. Amalfi drives into second. Beautiful Bloom rallies with Late Night Call. Chasin has just conquered the Obeah Stakes in dazzling fashion. Amalfi Drive was second. Beautiful Bloom was third. Late Night Call's in a photo for fourth.
Big, good-looking win here by Chasin, a homebred for Juddmonte Farm. 4-year-old filly by Into Mischief, just getting good right now. She gets her second stakes win this year as a 4-year-old. She's now a 4-time winner from 8 starts. She's now made over $300,000 in career earnings. She gives jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. his second win of the day, first win of the day for the Brad Cox barn. Chasin went off 3-5 and paid $3 to win the Obeah. Congratulations to all the winning connections there of Chasin. Let's take a look here at race 9, the $200,000 Cape Henlopen for 3-year-olds and upward, going 1.5 miles on a firm turf course, rail at 0 feet. They bet almost $1 million into the Cape Henlopen. Let's see what happens here in race 9.
Away and running. Good even start. Speed from Malibu Mambo. In between rivals, Just a Touch wants the lead and has company with Freedom's Way. So Just a Touch, Freedom's Way, they break 1-2. And Malibu Mambo came away a handy third. Soleil Volant is out of trouble on the far outside, and Anagunda rides that PVC to grab that share of fourth. Behind that one is Vote No, including Hall Monitor, third last. Second to last is Desvio, and last of all is El Siciliano. Around the far turn for the first occasion, and it's Just a Touch out in front and shows the way 3/4 of a measured length. Freedom's Way right there applying just that moderate token pace pressure, and Malibu Mambo, the long shot, stays glued towards the inside in third. In the orange cap on the outside, Soleil Volant now grabs fourth, and up the inside is Anna who now shares that position. It's a very tight-knit field as they move in front of us with a lap to go. Vote No heads 3, which is Hall Monitor, then Desvio, and last of all is El Siciliano. 1 lap to go in the Cape Henlopen, and Freedom's Way has left the rail wide open for Just a Touch. Just a Touch. Last glance at even money and Freedom's Way. They go to corner number 2, and right behind both of those leading guys is Soleil Volant, who's off to the outside. Anagunda's made up a stack of ground while scraping the paint, and Malibu Mambo's in between rivals. So they go back to where they began, and on the outside trying to lead is Freedom's Way. Just a Touch right there. Hasn't been asked with 5 furlongs left to go. On the far outside, Soleil Volant is trying to get on track with Malibu Mambo. The rail belongs to Anagunda, who needs to dig deep and find more. Then you have Desvio battling on near the back of the pack. Around the far turn that looms, Just a Touch is the leader. Freedom's Way tries the counter in second. Right behind the both of them is Anagunda in third. Malibu Mambo is right there in a position to challenge. Soleil Volant is now getting closer without being asked. Vote No starting to pick them off one by one. There's a quarter to go in the Cape Henlopen, and Just a Touch has a battle on its hands. Freedom's Way takes the fight to that rival. Soleil Volant 3 wide, and Fotno starting to erupt, but Just a Touch is the one they gotta catch. The jockey asks for more and is kicked away with authority. Just a Touch has a sizable break. A whole herd chases for second with Fotno and Desvio, but Just a Touch at even money with another sensational win. Just a Touch has won it. Soleil Volant was second, Fotno was third, and Desvio was fourth.
Wow, Just a Touch was a real nice horse on the dirt. Now he's a real nice horse on the turf. The 5-year-old stud by Justify picks up his 5th lifetime win. He's made a bunch of money, close to $1 million in earnings. Irad Ortiz Jr. picks up his 3rd win of the day. 2nd win of the day for the Brad Cox barn. Just a Touch went off even money and paid $4.20 to win. The pick 5 that paid out here in race 9, that paid $673.40. Congratulations there to all the winning connections of Just a Touch. Let's take a look here at race 10, the big co-feature of the day, the $300,000 Delaware Derby, going 1 mile and a 16th on the main track. They bet over $700,000 into the Delaware Derby. Big late scratch of the morning line favorite. The 4 Litmus Test was scratched. Still a real nice field of 6. Let's see what happens here in the Delaware Derby.
Away and running. Good speed per the usual for Ponder and Dream. Out of the Woods is right there too, and the rail belongs to Minor Inconvenience. That one was headed by Sovereign Law and Big Cuddle, and Code of Silence was slow to go. 7.5 furlongs to go, and Ponder and Dream is on the lead and needs to relax the pace, as Out of the Woods is right there applying the heat in second. Sovereign Law is 2 paths off the inside in third, and the pace is now slowed down. So they leave the first turn behind, and it's Out of the Woods who surges up the inside to confront Ponder and Dream, and these two now pick up velocity in the Delaware Derby and is kicked away by 4. Sovereign Law is a clear-cut third, and Big Cuddle's on hold on the far outside. Minor Inconvenience stays at the rail, and Code of Silence had a stutter step start. There's 5 furlongs to go, and Out of the Woods takes the baton away from Ponder and Dream, and these two guys still have a 3-length lead, and Big Cuddle looms large on the far outside. Sovereign Law comes under a ride. Code of Silence starts to pick them off one by one, and Minor Inconvenience stays at that rail. There's 3 furlongs to go. Out of the Woods continues to lead. Big Cuddle continues to chase. Ponder and Dream hasn't waved the white flag yet, and now trying to move into 4th position is Sovereign Law, but there goes Big Cuddle. Sawed off a pace tug-of-war and hits the front. Out of the Woods is going to try to battle hard. Ponder and Dream gives way. Late on the scene is Sovereign Law. They turn for home in the Delaware Derby, and Big Cuddle kicks to the lead. Out of the Woods is trying hard for every single yard, but now Big Cuddle has padded that lead to 3. Out of the Woods chases hard, so does Sovereign Law and Code of Silence, but Big Cuddle has just become the 2nd Delaware Derby champion. To beat Out of the Woods, Sovereign Law, Code of Silence, Ponder and Dream, and Minor Inconvenience.
Big Cuddle was a big winner last out in the Sir Barton Preakness Day at Laurel. He gets the money in the Delaware Derby. This is a real nice 3-year-old colt by Great Notion for Pocket Threes Racing LLC and trainer Gary Capuano, bred in Maryland by Two Legends Farm. Yes, at Hazelwood picked up the winning ride here on Big Cuddle, who's now a 4-time winner from 5 starts. His only defeat was a big second back in April. This is a real nice Maryland-bred colt. He's Delaware certified. He went off 6-5 and paid $4.60 to win the Delaware Derby. The pick 5 paid $155.30. Congratulations to all the winning connections of this year's Delaware Derby champion, Big Cuddle. A huge performance today. Let's take a look at the other co-feature, the Grade 3 $300,000 Delaware Oaks for 3-year-old fillies, going 1 mile and a 16th on the main track. They bet almost $800,000 into the Delaware Oaks. Let's see what happens here in race 11.
Away and running in the Delaware Oaks, and on the outside, Love Your Neighbor shows good speed, so there's Jumping the Gun and Dazzling Dame living up to that sparkling early speed. So Dazzling Dame says catch me if you can. Jumping the Gun tracks in second, and Tahlequah's right there in a perfect trip today. Deep on the track is Love Your Neighbor. Majestic Lucia is in between rivals. Pashmina has one beaten, and the long shot favorites last of all. 6.5 furlongs to go, and the leader up top, it's Dazzling Dame showing off that speed and leads by a length and a half. Jumping the Gun chases the solo lady up top in second, and on the outside, Love Your Neighbor looks behind the both of them in that third place spot. Tahlequah is in between rivals, and Pashmina's on a very cozy hold. Majestic Lucia is off the fence and has one beaten, and Favorite still is at the back of the pack. 4.5 furlongs to go. Dazzling Dame trying to slow down that speed of hers and leads by a length, but Jumping the Gun right there, breathing down that runner's neck in second. Love Your Neighbor with no excuses gets pumped up on and now responds, and Pashmina rides that rail, and Majestic Lucia is warming up to the job too. They just passed the 5/16 pole. Dazzling Dame is in for the fight. Jumping the Gun is battling on. Love Your Neighbor is right there too. Majestic Lucia now picks off fourth as heads turn for home. It's a three-pronged battle in the Delaware Oaks, and Love Your Neighbor now comes with a surging run on the far outside. Jumping the Gun is battling on, and Dazzling Dame is slowly giving way inside the final 200 yards in a good battle bruise. Love Your Neighbor, a tenacious filly up top, has kicked away from Jumping the Gun and Dazzling Dame. Love Your Neighbor has won the Delaware Oaks to be Jumping the Gun, Dazzling Dame, and Majestic Lucia.
Well, the local filly, both local fillies here. Jumping the Gun, a big second, stabled here at Delaware Park, and so is your winner, Love Your Neighbor, was stabled here at Delaware Park for trainer Michael Stidham. She had a little case the second night, is 5 seconds from 8 starts, but she picks up her second career win in a big one here, the Grade 3 Delaware Oaks. She ran huge, a nice 3-year-old filly by Constitution for Mr. and Mrs. Jackson of Lael Stables. Luis Saez, a great ride for the Michael Stidham barn here on Love Your Neighbor, this year's Grade 3 Delaware Oaks champion. She paid $6.80 to win the Oaks. The pick 5 paid $84.80. Congratulations to all the winning connections of Love Your Neighbor, a big effort in this year's Delaware Oaks. Let's take a look here at our 12th and final race, a big field on the turf. Nice maiden special weight for 3-year-olds, going 1 mile and a 16th on a firm turf course. They bet over $830,000 here into Saturday's finale. Let's see what happens here in race 12.
Away and running. Good speed on the outside from No More Kings and Scanner. There's the rail speed of Pure Octane, and Soundbite is right there too. Right behind in the purple cap is Slobber Knocker, comes away in 4th, and No More Kings throttles that speed to be in 5th. Practical Joker under the line in 6th for the first time. Mr. Skinny's in front of 3, which is Road Runner String Quartet. And last of all is Don't Tell Tim, a well spread out field, and Scanner is the one they gotta catch. Around this first turn they go. Leads by a length and a half, and the pace is slackened quite a bit. Scanner is the leader, tracked intently by Pure Octane in second, and Soundbite's eager to go under the rider's hands. And right to the outside of that one is Slobber Knocker in 4th. Then you have the rail scraping Practical Joker in that 5th place position, and No More King shadows that one in that 6th place spot. There's a huge break in the action back to Mr. Skinny, then Don't Tell Tim, Road Runner, and String Quartet is last of all. 3.5 furlongs to go. Scanner continues to make all the running, and Pure Octane continues the chase. Soundbite is crying out for room in that 3rd place position, and Slobber Knocker continues to hound the both of them. Those are the 4 principals, and a new leader, Pure Octane, takes the lead. Scanner lost that race well before the start, and on the outside the posse's trying to close in as they turn for home. Pure Octane leaves the rail wide open. Soundbite's had the run of the race. Deep on the outside is Slobber Knocker, closing in his Practical Joker. Still a few chances, but it's Soundbite who kicks for the money and kicks away with a confident kick too. Closing in late is Pure Octane along with Practical Joker. It's all Soundbite. Soundbite has won it. Practical Joker 2nd, Pure Octane was 3rd, and there's a photo for 4th.
The 3-year-old Irish bred horse Soundbite, a nice gelding, breaks his maiden in his 5th career start here for trainer Miguel Clement. Nice ride by our former leading jockey Jamie Rodriguez on Soundbite. He paid $8 to win race 12. The late pick 5 paid $79.15. The all-turf pick 4 that started race 5, the all-turf pick 4 that paid $414.30. And race 12 would wrap up the action from Saturday. We had a big day, big crowd, big handle, a record handle, over 8.6 million in handle. That's a record for Delaware Park. So once again, thanks to all our fans, our bettors, and our horsemen for putting on a big show. And the biggest thanks of all to all the horses for having a great day for all of us. It was a safe day. We had some big efforts from some real nice horses. Looking forward to seeing where they go next. So thanks again to all the horses for putting on a big show, and thanks to all the fans. Have a great night. We hope to see you next week.
There's only one